This is for Nulu Mykoshla from Melbourne Musos Facebook Live. News has just come in that Gladys Quinlan has resigned as Premier of New South Wales. Ginger Elvis has just been sworn in as caretaker Premier until Scotty from Marketing, the Prime Minister of Sydney, can rearrange the deck chairs on Titanic Boulevard. We cross now to Victorian Premier Dan Andrews for comment. Mr. Andrews, with the news that Gladys Quinlan has resigned, what do you intend to do?
Get on the beers.
What is your opinion of Gladys being charged with having lobster with the mobster?
That's not appropriate.
Is it correct that you were aware of Gladys Quinlan having lobster with the mobster at a dinner party just last week in breach of orders? What did you in the Victorian Cabinet do?
We had a case of beers last week.
What are your thoughts about Gladys now facing an IP car hearing?
A group of people, a dozen or so, went to a dinner party. As best we can tell, the dinner party started with a case of beers. One person who had the case of beers. By the end of the dinner party, almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers.
In closing, Mr. Andrews, are you going to be watching the 800th episode of Melbourne Musos Facebook Live tonight?
That's what's most important, and that's what must be done, because the pub is shut.
Hey Dazza, do you think your chickie babe Gladys can help us with our land deal?
Hey!
Hey Dazza, do you think your chickie babe Gladys can help us with our land deal?
What a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, when you can look it in the face. And there you have it. My name's Chris Quinlan. Welcome to actually show 800. Okay, so I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but then, I don't know, politics, the gift that keeps on giving, a bit like herpes. Any joke under the sun, all part of it. My name's Chris Quinlan. Welcome to Melbourne Musos Facebook Live. And I don't want to make too big of a thing of it because we're in the middle of such, you know, times, whatever you want to make them, and that kind of thing. And I really, you know, I could go down the track of doing clips from all the shows way back when. I've already done that for show 500 and all that. But I really just want to sort of just keep on going, you know, just good old Facebook, have a few laughs, you know, sort of thing. I laugh at myself just as much as everybody else. I make a complete deal of myself, as you see every week. But it's a special day, I suppose, because one of the things is I usually come in, you know, roaring and all of that and have patches up and all sorts of things I could do. What have I got? I've got this. Oh, hang on, let's get something happening here. All that business, but I'm going to play it fairly straight tonight because I will put in sort of clips and things like that. This year has been like no other, you know, that kind of thing. And one of the things that happened, I'll get stuck straight into it and just start talking, and then I'll just start doing my normal business. But I just want to, first of all, thank all of you for watching, putting up with me. Hey, there's a lot to put up with. And what it is this year especially has been especially tough for so many people. And one of the things that I wanted to sort of point out is that you just got to keep on going, you know, sort of thing. Get your arse into gear, get things done, and don't let the bastards get you down, you know, that kind of thing. There's a laugh in everything, and one of the things I do, this is obviously Melbourne Musos. In 1995, with Channel 31 just starting out, there was not much for musos around town. So Channel 31 was the brand new station we got on board. There's a whole bunch of shows that were there at the time, and you know, I'd have the camera on my shoulder going around town the whole time. Then I got to meet a few heroes. It was beautiful. That was, you know, then. And then I started it, like, there was one thing where Channel 31 nearly fell over, and I couldn't use their editing machines. So it was, they needed servicing. And what I did was I thought I did the dodgiest show in the world. I did a drum tip show. It took off. Hey! Oh, dear me. 700 shows later, I don't know. But you just keep on going. That's what you do. And especially in times like this, I really want to thank you, but as well as that, your support for keeping on going. I wondered whether I was going to stop at 500, seemed to be even, but I thought I'd keep on going. I took a bit of a break from 31. They asked me, just when you're out, they pull you back in. And this year especially, and last year, with what we're all going through now, it just seems to be important. You've got to put a smile on your dial, and really have a bit of a crack. And for people who are stuck at home and can't do much, if I can give you a couple of tips on the drums, I've got a few things ready to go today. That's not all drums. Sometimes I'm talking scales with my triggers and stuff. I try and spread it out. And the main thing about it is just the sharing of it, okay? And a laugh, a bit of a laugh. I didn't put my tinfoil hat on today, and I haven't done any Winnie the Poohs. Butchered the kids' stories. I haven't done that too much, but honestly, all you have to do is turn on the TV on any given day, and the show makes itself. Things we have to put up with. Hey. So without further ado, I'm going to go pretty much straight into just a normal show, okay? We're under duress, and we all are, and I feel awkward if I was sort of go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, look at me, look at me, look at me. It's not like that. It's just, I hope you like it. I hope you like what I do. And there you go. All right. But what a day. Oh.
Glad.
Oh, my Lord. That kind of thing. That Dazza the love rat. The love rat. Oh, threw her under the bus, mate. So what I'm going to do is talk about things. There's no dead drummers this week. I'm so happy. For a while there, the show just became dead drummer special. It's starting to really get me down. I just couldn't face it anymore. Everyone's dropping off the perch. And but what it is tonight is just having a bit of fun. Okay.
This is for Nulu Mykoshla from the MMDC. Just come to hand us the news that there is Melbourne Musos Friday Face Chuckeries tonight at 6 p.m. on the beer o'clock dot. News has just come in that a new submarine spare parts swapping deal has been forged between the dealerships of Boris, Bivden and Bogan. It seems the French are shit out of luck. This new deal has been called the Farkas Alliance. We cross now to our roving reporter who is abreast of the growing situation.
Carte. 8 à la banque.
Suivi.
C'est suivi.
The house will cover the difference.
Bien, madame. Oui, monsieur. Changeur, s'il vous plaît. Carte. 9 à la banque.
I need
Carte.
another 1,000.
I admire your courage, Miss
Sylvia Trench. I admire your luck, Mr.
Malacca. Astra Malacca. Mr. Malacca.
I suppose you wouldn't care to raise the limit.
I have no objections.
Madame, c'est élégant, monsieur.
Nah.
C'est suivi, monsieur.
Looks like you're out to get me.
It's an idea at that. 8.
8 à la pompe. 9 à la banque.
Thank you. Andre, I must pass the shoe. I hope you'll forgive me. It's most important.
Merci, monsieur, pour les employés.
Could you have these sent to Gladys Bin Chicken, please?
Too bad you have to go. Just as things were getting interesting.
Yes. Tell me, Mr. Trench, do you play any other game? I mean, besides covert shots at the Melbourne showgrounds?
Amongst other things.
One afternoon then. Then we could watch Melbourne Musos on Channel 31 afterwards, perhaps.
Sounds tempting. May I, let you know in the morning?
Splendid. Here's my COVID vaccination card. Remember to put a sticker on your liquor.
And I want to thank that fellow down under. Thank you very much, pal.
Yeah, thanks, champ. Happy to be part of the Farkas Alliance. I don't have to hold a hose though, but do I?
There is more to come, so tune into Melbourne Musos. Friday Face Chucker is right here at 6 p.m.
So what it is what I wanted to do tonight was sort of talk about a little thing that I do called split rudiments. Okay, so what happens is when I'm over on the left-hand side and all that, I'll keep it plain for now. There's my melodic side. C pentatonic, and if I put that in. We all came down to Melbourne. Melodic percussion, you see, a la concert percussion. Some of you out there might have rototoms that you can tune. These are piccolo toms by DW. Now what happens is when I go down to the normal part of the game, so on it goes. One of the things that I try and do, trying to stay melodic as much as I can, is do certain things like a lot of people mention, oh, it's that hi-hat guy. Hi, I'm the hi-hat guy. The hi-hat. There you go. And what happens is, instead of doing, I tend to do that, and that frees up a hand, right? I was doing that the other week. There you go, you see. So that what happens with that is that it frees up a hand. I talk about my two favourite drummers in that kind of regard is Rob Hurst and Budgie from Susie and the Banshees. I always mention those two dudes when I start to get into that. And what goes on is there's the vertical and the horizontal, because what happens is that when you're playing rudiments, you're straight up and down, okay? The whole idea is when you're going horizontal, okay, what happens then is that you're starting to move that single stroke roll around the drums a little bit. One of the things I did sing it is Show 800. I'll just recap from a few episodes. I'll reference a few things as I go through from old shows gone by. And what happens is, you know, you can think numbers. So one of the things I did a few weeks ago was 4 with the right. 3 with the left. Single stroke roll. Why not double tap them? I'll do it a bit slower. That kind of thing there. You see, that's what happens there. Now, when you're doing that, all of a sudden you've got this kind of a thing where you're going horizontal. Now, you could do the same thing. I tend to use my peripheral vision. I sort of go there so I can see different things like that. Now here, I'm really getting into things like two-handed rhythms, a la djembe, African rhythms, you know, that kind of stuff. But what I'm really doing though is I'm splitting a rudiment, you see. Now, what starts to happen is that if I take a double paradiddle, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, like that, paradiddle, paradiddle, and then I just... That's all a double paradiddle, but you see I'm moving up like that. And what I'm doing is I'm giving it a triplet feel, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, you see. And with that, you get that kind of idea. So I'm splitting the rudiment, you see, and that's what goes on. And then I can use my right hand for sort of pedal points and things like that. That's what goes on, you see. And then when I start to get into things like a flam rudiment, notice it with the hi-hat guy. He's the hi-hat guy. What starts to happen is one of the things, in the most basic of ways, flams are wonderful, you know, sort of thing. You want to put them in. Otherwise, I think you know what's coming. If you don't put in the flams, you know what you have? The silence of the flams. As an oldie but goldie. I'm losing it now.
This is for Nulu Maikushla from the BBC. Just come to hand us the news that Melbourne Musos will be screening on Channel 31 at 10 o'clock tonight. Special guest on tonight's show will not be Yoko Ono. We cross now to Ms. Ono telling the BBC what she thinks of Chris's drumming. Ms. Ono also decided to have her first shot at the AstraZeneca vaccine. We cross back to see if there are any side effects. If you've just come home from a quick midweek vaccination and crashed on the couch, the BBC recommends you break out the Tim Tams. Turn on your TV and watch Melbourne Musos. One last word from Ms. Ono. There will be wailing.
What happens? Imagine, if you will, that I was doing a single stroke roll and I was playing the floor tom here. What started to happen in the 80s when the old drum machine started to come in? Producer was to say, how come there's a note missing? And people go, what? And like that. Now, I'll show you what I mean. Here's the, call them semi-quavers if you like. And then what would happen is the producer would say, oh, there's not enough snares, you see, because what happens if you I'll put it on my lap, okay? Empty sound. See? All of a sudden, becomes, you see? And that's what goes on there. So, if you were to put in a flam, okay, what you have is, you've got this. Okay, you can hear it. Now we flab. See? empty sound down there, but you've got the consistent semiquavers there. So I can have it. Oh, a bit lumpy, Chris, come on. Now if I split them, because that's the subject of tonight's episode. There you go, you can put it all in. So when I'm starting to do, I'll take those off. I might put, what could I do? I'm going to put these on. I love that gong. Orchestral percussion kit. So what I'll do, I'm going to play the rim so you just hear the sample. Get that? Now put it over here. That's the hemiola from Española. The hemiola. Sounds like something you need a cream for. Oh dear. Oh, I've got a screw loose. Hey, I got a screw loose, mate. Hey, I'll do that later. I don't think it's going to fall apart. So, samples, you see. So what goes on with this is I'm treating the drum set pretty much like someone else would treat a synthesizer or a keyboard. And then with my trusty ancient relic of a computer over there, I can work the sounds a little bit. I was talking about it just last night, or last week a little bit. Does everyone know about ADSR? You learn it more when you're doing a sound course. A is for attack, D is for decay, S is for sustain, and R is for release. And what happens is that when you start to try to work your sounds and all this, what starts to happen is that you can work those four things. Now, this is pretty much going down the track of guitar and keyboards and sampling, sort of thing, when you could, or you still can, you can, like adjust your own, get your own sounds off, like the old 70s with Keith Emerson and Rick Wakeman, where you had the old Moog, modular Moog and all that, and you could get the oscillators happening and all that, and you can adjust. What I'll do here, I'm going to, you see, one of the things that I really make a point of is improvising, because things work so quickly, if you know what I mean. Don't they? Glad. Anyway, but what happens is if I was to do that, and then I go to something like, how about I go a Phrygian mode? Oh, dear man. When I do this, when I get that kind of thing, and tend to think a little bit of frippatronics, which I was talking about the other week. And because I'm talking ADSR, that's a long release, you see. And then when I just play the snare drum, that's got a very fast attack, as drums do. Very quick. But if I play, that's a slower attack, you see. It comes in like a wash. If you wanted to play along, that's an F-sharp Phrygian mode, okay? Basically, the D major scale, but from the third step, okay? D, E, F sharp. There you go. Oh, there you have it. And that's part of the show. You know, go off and have a bit of a fiddle, you know? Not of the books, though, not of the books.
Hey, Dazza, do you think your chickie babe Gladys can help us with our land deal?
Yes, don't fiddle the books, mate.
This is for Nulu Mykoshla from the BBC. Just come to hand us the news that there is Melbourne Musos Friday Face Chuckeries tonight at 6 p.m. on the Beer O'Clock dot. A special treat is the exclusive premiere of Egg and Spoon, a Dan Andrews favourite.
While the rest of us are supposed to do some sort of egg and spoon thing.
Also on the show tonight is Scott Morrison. He will be presenting Matthew Guy and Gladys Barrow-Binchiklian with a special Rock Lobster Award. This once every secret sprung bad Scotty Holiday Award comes with special kickbacks on gifts. Gladys Barrow-Binchiklian will receive a lifetime supply of Polish Astromalakar eggs. These special eggs were hatched on the far right side of the hen house by spoon-fed well-plucked chickens that did their own research. Matthew Guy will be gifted free tickets to the upcoming B-52's concert scheduled for late 2026. With density limits. There is a catch with density limits. Only 2 lobsters per politician. All this and more on Melbourne Musos Friday Face Chuckeries tonight at 6 p.m. on the Beer O'Clock dot.
Premier Berejiklian's in a sprint, while the rest of us are supposed to do some sort of egg and spoon thing.
The Love Rat. There you have it, you see. Now what happens then is that as you get this sort of vibe going, it's all about the vibe, mate. And there you go. What goes on is that you can start to get a different outlook, a different way of thinking about things like rudiments and stuff like that. Oh, look at that, I'm nearly finished already. I've hardly started. What happens is one of the things that you can do, I use lots of mallets. Look, I'm ready for another pair. I love these very much, but they're getting a bit fluffo. What starts to happen here, I might start something else here. I'll go to a Lydian mode now. Okay, there you go. Lydian mode, sharp 4. There it is there. And what goes on is one of the things that you can do is when you're practicing rudiments, the usual thing is sit there at the practice pad and just slog away with the metronome. I have the metronome over here. I'll put him up there, the old metronome. Okay. But what starts to happen is that when you're actually doing that, it seems like, quoting Rush, time stands still, one of their great songs with dear Neil Peart on it. And what happens is that you're there and you think, oh, dinner ready yet? You know. But one of the things that you can do with mallets is play, say, a double stroke roll. Try and get your rebound going. Build it up. Get it going. But because we're talking melodic, because we're actually working on the idea of creating something, the horizontal, you've got the vertical and the horizontal, like Kath and Kim's Irish dancing, you know. Horizontal Irish dance. I love that episode. Anyway, Marcus at Molly Bloom's, that was filmed at Molly Bloom's, used to be a regular patron there once upon a time. You told me once.
This is for Nulu Mykoshla from the BBC. Just come to hand us the news that Chris Quinlan plans to make a new episode celebrating St. Patrick's Day on Melbourne Musos Friday Facebook Live at tonight at 6 p.m. We cross now to Mr. Quinlan discussing the St. Patrick's Day episode with his fellow Irishman Marcus Sastimoinen.
Reminds you of that movie, The Leprechaun? You remember with that little guy who goes, I'm the leprechaun. Garth, I'm the leprechaun.
Cool it, okay?
I'm the leprechaun.
Stop it, all right?
Don't try and steal me, pot of gold.
Our apologies. We will cross back to Chris and Marcus as soon as we can replace the rubber band with a piece of string. We cross back now to Chris and Marcus.
I'm not, sweetie. Stop it, sweetie.
Be on the lookout for the leprechaun. He has many faces and drum sets. If you see the leprechaun, make sure you pour a Guinness or 3 and dance around in your green Irish jockstrap. Again, let's cross back to Chris and Marcus preparing to go fully sick on Doris the D-Dub at Guinness O'Clock tonight. All this and more on Melbourne Musos Friday Facebook Live right here at 6 p.m.
Where are you going to move?
Get away, leprechaun.
Are you going to move to Ireland? Because I'm the leprechaun.
But what happens if you're doing double stroke roll? Move it around. Oh, there's a double paradiddle again. So you can keep it going. And drums don't always have to be crash, bang, wallop. Split rudiments. Blams are my friend. There you go. And what happens is if I'm just going to play, that's quite free. But if I put a timing to it with the hi-hat, splash. there you go. And what happens with that is that's a little bit of the old Dimitri there from last week, you see, because I did Shostakovich last week, and I was talking about dynamics, and he would have these big long builds and then very quick bang and then die off very fast. And he's an incredible composer, my favourite. And it was very topical last week, so that's why I brought him up. You know, I bring him up fairly regularly. I hope people see that as consistency. I better think about wrapping the show up. I'll be adding things to this. But I'm going back again to thanking you all for being a part, taking the journey on. Hope you get something out of it, not just drums, but if I've got you looking up a Lydian mode or a Phrygian mode or whatever it might be, have a bit of a look. If I've mentioned things like ADSR, go off and have a fiddle on the old keyboard or do something on your guitar, you know, swells with your volume pedal or something like that. Slow attack. But I really started with split rudiments there. There you have it. There it is there. I was going to do a few other things. I might still do. I might do something on Sunday as well. I've got the lick down impromptus and stuff that I do on Sundays. I'll take them out now for a little bit there. And one of the things that I just like to do is, again, thank everyone for putting up with me, like I said. And, you know, a little bit of humour goes a long way, sort of thing. We all have our ups and downs. I was having a bit of a bad night last night because it was just so sad. The case numbers have gone up, and immediately when I started teaching, okay, that's what it is. People weren't doing the right thing, and I'll leave it like that. But what it was two students, two separate schools. They've just had their going back to school cancelled because of it. So they're still online because of that. And I just went, oh man, I've got to try and stay happy. You know, we all have our ups and downs, as I say, you know, that kind of thing. Sometimes the most beautiful music comes out of the saddest of things, you know, that kind of thing. We can't always be locking and loading with jokes and all that. It becomes quite flippant. So I try and create a balance. But the show, you've got to have a laugh at the end of it. You've got to laugh about it all. And with that laughing, you do the right thing and you keep your chin up and you fight and we'll all get through it. Because what happened, I wrote it down, I sat down, I haven't even thought about it since lockdown 1 in March, but March 2020, but when lockdown number 1 hit, I had just delivered show 726. So what does that make it? You've got 74 episodes that I've done during lockdown. And in amongst it all, there's been some beautiful clips made with beautiful people, is what I say. So thank you all. And what a strange time that we're going through. And it's not really going away in many kinds of ways, but what we do is we adapt, and as Jethro Tull would say, adapt and survive. That was one of the songs. I think, what was that off? The A album. Oh, the naughty one. Meaning naughty, meaning new band, new lineup. You just learn to adapt, work with it. Put your money where your mouth is. Walk the walk. when it comes to things like looking after fellow musicians and stuff like that, you know, we've got to, when are we going to gig again, mate? And one of the things you want to be able to do is when it starts to open up again, fight for your fellow muso. Get them paid, okay? There's going to be something happening. It's going to be one of those things. So dare I say it and lose half my crowd in 2 seconds, join a union. There's 2, and it's important, okay? And I'll leave that. 400 people. Gone. But anyway, 400. Audient. 4. And there you go. But what it is, I'll let you go now. I hope you can see that I'm really appreciative of you watching, and I love what I do, and hopefully I can keep doing it before I fall off the perch. But it's show 800, and there you have it. Okay. The reason I started, I have to sort of say a bit of a thank you and all that, but Facechook Live started off in 2019, and I did it as a bit of a lark. Even then it was just camera mic, and the show was completely separate. And so I started that in May, and it's become the central plank of the show with that, because of that. I started doing it not long after my brother passed away, and it's just something that I needed to do. I got it out, that kind of thing. And I think about, I call it 2019 BC. A lot of people are doing that now, you know, before COVID. And how the world has changed. Bang, there it is, all new. Well, one thing stays the same is music and looking out for each other, you know. So if I can help you with things like that, I'd like to think I've done my job. Anyway, there you go. All right, I'm out of here. Oh, what should I put on? Oh, dear me.
You're going home in
that
the
one.
back of a Deary van.
This is for Nuala O'Macoshla from the BBC. Just come to hand us the news that there is Melbourne Musos tonight. The BBC is yet to confirm the appearance of Ginger Elvis or his dodgy mate Shagger Malone, as they were sprung bad by the boys in blue. We cross now to the border, where Ginger Elvis is being interviewed about his next gig by Senior Constable Jezelenko. You beauty.
Jump out, mate. There's someone in the back here, mate.
However, we can confirm that Chris will be dropping his latest single tonight. Now for an update from Senior Constable Jezelenko. You beauty.
Jump out. Are you the only one in there? I'm going to be nice to you. There's no need to be rude.
Anyways, seems Ginger Elvis is going home in the back of a divvy van. One last word from Senior Constable Jezelenko. You beauty.
So do you understand that you're not allowed in Queensland at the moment? Can I ask you if you didn't know that while you were hiding in a boot?
You're going home in the back of a Deary van.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Going home in
I'm going to be nice to you. There's no need to be rude.
I'm having lobster with the monster. You're going home in the back of a... I'm having lobster with the monster. You're having lobster with the monster. Back of a Deary van. I'm having lobster with the monster.
That was funny. Anyway, I'm just having a reminisce on shows and all that. I hope you enjoyed it.
News has just come to hand that Netflix will no longer transmit to Melbourne. Ratings have plunged due to Melburnians preferring to tune into the ABC News channel, screening dystopian nightmarish scenes of zombies looking for brains on the Westgate Bridge in between earthquakes that were caused by the Dan Andreas fault. We now cross to the Melbourne Musos studio, where Chris is interviewing a certain Mr. Chicken Pickin' who has a cautionary tale to tell.
Once upon a time there was a little chicken, and everyone called him Chicken Pickin'. One day, while he was outside playing with his B-bender Telecaster, up in the sky, a bird flew over and it dropped a tinfoil hat. And the tinfoil hat fell down and bit-bopped on Chicken Pickin'. Chicken Pickin' said, "Ah!" and looked up, but didn't see anything. He looked down and didn't see anything. So he said, "Help! Help! The sky is falling! Help! Help! The sky is falling! I have to yell at Dan the Man!" And he went running down the road looking for Dan the Man. As he was running, he met Henny Penny. And Henny Penny said, "Hello, Chicken Pickin', what's wrong with you?" And Chicken Pickin' said, "Oh, Henny Penny, haven't you heard? The sky is falling. I'm looking for Dan the Man." And Henny Penny said, "Oh my, how exciting. Can I go too?" And they went down the road together shouting, "Help! Help! The sky is falling! Help! Help! The sky is falling! We have to yell at Dan the Man!" After a while, they met Lucy Goosey. "Honk, honk, honk, honk. Hello, Chicken Pickin'. Hello, Henny Penny. What's wrong with you?" "Oh, Goosey Lucy, haven't you heard? The sky is falling. We have to yell at Dan the Man." "Honk, honk, honk. That's terrible. Honk, honk, honk. Can I go too?" And they all went down the road together shouting, "Help! Help! The sky is falling! Help! Help! The sky is falling! We have to yell at Dan the Man!" And along the road they met Turkey Lurkey. And Turkey Lurkey said, "Gobble, gobble, 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 gobble. Hello, Chicken Pickin'. Hello, Henny Penny. Hello, Lucy Goosey. What in the world is wrong with you?" "Oh, Turkey Lurkey, haven't you heard? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. We have to yell at Dan the Man." Gobble, 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 gobble. "Oh, that's terrible. Can I go too?" And they all went down the road saying, "Help! Help! The sky is falling! Help! Help! The sky is falling! We have to yell at Dan the Man!" As they turned the corner, they saw a house, so they looked in the window. Inside was Dicky Licky. She was putting a mask on her bubble buddy, Fucky Wucky. Fucky Wucky couldn't do it himself because he was a bit tied up. So Chicken Pickin', Henny Penny, Lucy Goosey and Turkey Lurkey decided to leave them to it and keep looking for Dan the Man. As they went down the road, they met Foxy Loxy. And Foxy Loxy said, hello, Chicken Pickin'. Hello, Henny Penny. Hello, Lucy Goosey. Hello, Turkey Lurkey. What in the world is wrong with you? When they told him, "Oh, Foxy Loxy, haven't you heard? The sky is falling! The sky is falling! We have to yell at Dan the Man!" "Easy peasy," said Foxy Loxy. "He's back there in my den, but Dan the Man doesn't like to feel crowded, so I better bring you in one by one." Now, who wants to go first? Everybody wanted to be first to yell at Dan the Man, but the turkey was the biggest. "Me first, I want to yell at Dan the Man!" And he pushed everybody else away. "Come with me," says Foxy Loxy. And they went into the hole together. Then there was a lot of squawking, and some feathers came flying, and the fox called up, "Next." "Honk, honk. Me! I want to go me! Oh, me! It's all about me!" said Lucy Goosey as she pushed her way in. More squawking, more feathers, more squawking, and more feathers, and some feathers and more squawking. And then the fox said, "Next." said Henny Penny. and she jumped into the hole. Squawk! Feathers and then squawks and feathers and then feathers and squawks and then no sound at all. Right then, Chicken Pickin remembered it was his turn to make a bin isolation video, so he went home. So poor Chicken Pickin never got to yell at Dan the man. Hey! You only live once.
And that was the 800th episode of Melbourne Musos. We hope you enjoyed it, and Chris wants to send you all his love for watching the show. Now it's time to
get on the beers.
So do you understand that you're not allowed in Queensland at the moment? Can I ask you if you didn't know that while you were hiding in a boot?